You are listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson.
Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast, and today is August 24th, 2023, and thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to youtube.com/Hello Cupcake, It's Me to check out the YouTube channel, and make sure that you like and subscribe over there, and then head on over to hellocupcakeitsme.com to give the blog some love, and then make sure you follow me on all the different social medias and check out those links down below. So, welcome to episode 80. Man, it feels kind of surreal to say that I've done 80 installments so far. And, also to think that we are almost done with August and that we are going to shortly be done with the year. It seems like 23 has both flown by and dragged its feet all at the same time, or maybe I'm just weird like that and have a unrealistic perception of time. But can we all just agree that July was the longest year in history? At least for me anyways. Like, July 11th is when my car broke down and subsequently set off my spiraling depression and put me in the self-checkout line and all that other stuff. And if you don't understand what the self-checkout line is, I'll just go ahead and say, I was very suicidal. And so instead of constantly saying suicidal or whatever, I just say the self-checkout line. But in my last episode, I talked about my mental health and how horrible it was, and having opened up to my doctors about what was going on and getting them all concerned and what have you, blah, blah. But, I feel like I'm doing a lot better now. I still have a lot of things on my plate. I'm still dealing with a lot, but I feel like I'm in a better position to deal with those things. And I didn't realize how hyper-reliant I have become on being mobile and, just being able to get from point A to point B under my own volition. That's something that is very near and dear to me, and that really did throw a monkey wrench in things. But since all of that has happened, I've been feeling a lot better. Got my car back up and running, as you know, if you've watched any of the previous videos or listened to any of the previous episodes. So I've gotten back into doing crafting and stuff like that. And a girlfriend of mine, she's putting on this witch's walk. We did it last year, had a whole bunch of fun doing it, and this year it's bigger and it's better, and just trying to focus on helping her. I want to help her more, but she really hasn't delegated any tasks to me. So what I've been doing is I've been making these rustic witches brooms. And I made up three so far, and I've given her 2 to give away at an auction, and then given her some other stuff to auction off just to raise funds and whatever else. And we're actually having a 2-day thing this year. On Friday October 13th, we are doing a concert that's going to be 21 and over and has all kinds of fun things happening there. And then on Saturday the 14th, we are doing the Witches Walk Parade, which is all ages, and there's going to be guest speakers and toys and gifts and prizes and candy and awards for best costume and so on and so forth. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun this year, and each year the plan is to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit better and a little bit more spectacular than what it was the year prior. So yeah, I've been focusing a lot on that. Still playing my video game. I know in one of my last updates I said that I was pretty much done with Super Mario Bros. Deluxe U for the Nintendo Switch, but I have just one level where I need to get one stupid star coin and make it to the end of the goddamn level, and I will have completed all the star coins throughout all the levels that I know of so far. And it is the most difficult damn level to get through with full power up and to get that second star coin, which is right in the middle of the game, and then to get to the end, because there's a lot of places where when you're jumping on blocks, they're the blocks that, like, if you stand on them too long, they fall away, and then there's a swinging ball of doom. And the only way that I can think of to get past it is with the P-Wing that allows you to fly by pressing the R button. And there's all kinds of stuff going on with that, but I was able to finally pass it the other day and get 2 of the 3 star coins. I got the one at the beginning of the level and the one at the end of the level. I just cannot get that middle star coin without losing all my power-ups and eventually dying by the time I get to the jumping block area. The way that I was able to do the jumping block area this last time was I got myself the P-Wing that allows you to fly, and I just flew through the whole level basically. But that middle coin, there's just no way that I can figure out to make it all the way to the one side of the level, to our room, whatever you want to call it, to make it to one side of the room, to get the star, to go back, and then make it through without losing your power-ups. Like, no matter how hard I try, I consistently lose the power-up right in the same spot. So that's been kind of difficult and a little frustrating, but I'm pushing through it. I'm working through it. I'm trying to make it work. So that's been the other thing that I've been focusing on. And I also was given access to Crunchyroll. Now, if you don't know what Crunchyroll is, it is a streaming service that plays nothing but anime and live action, like K-drama type stuff. And I'm really enjoying the hell out of that. Like, it's to the point where I'm thinking that in October, when my finances kind of stabilize, that I'm going to try to get myself my own subscription. But yeah, right now I'm watching The Misfit of the Demon Academy or the Demon King Academy, and I am really enjoying it. And there's a couple of other ones that I have kind of earmarked that I want to go watch after this one. So anime, crafting, and playing video games, that is where my life is right now, on top of like everything else that's going on, and doing just still trying to clean around the house, going to the YMCA, working out. That, I'm just back to a feel good, cautiously optimistic routine. And I'm feeling really good. Like I said, just good. One thing that I have noticed, though, is over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I have just been snacking a lot lately, and that is completely, just detrimental to everything that I'm trying to do with losing weight and going to the YMCA and working out and all this other stuff. But I am a comfort eater, and so I need to, get back out of the habit of, I'm sitting here, I have a little rumbly in my tummy, let's go grab something to snack on. And the biggest culprit was that I went to Trader Joe's last weekend, and I bought myself a couple of bags of the mango chili. And mango chili is one of my all-time favorite candies that isn't like chocolate based or whatever. And so yeah, that's just been my like snack of annihilation. My other snack that I really like are the chocolate covered orange gummy sticks that Trader Joe's has. So yeah, I blame Trader Joe's for the weight that I put on this week. And I also blame my inability to say no and have any type of self-control. So, man, I'm sorry about like clearing my throat so much. Today here in the PNW, Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of smoke in the air, and my asthma has been fucking with me for the last 2 days. We have several big wildfires happening. We have one down in Spokane area. We have 3 or 4 over in Canada. I think there's another one over by Seattle, and one south of us down by Chehalis. And I've been using my inhaler like quite a lot lately. To the point yesterday when I was at the pool, I had to get out of the pool and hit my inhaler a couple of times, and one of the lifeguards comes over to me and they're like, "Hey Michael, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, it's just asthma. My chest is feeling tight and I just can't get my breath, and you know, kind of need to breathe when you're swimming. Maybe not breathing up under the water, but breathe regardless." So anyways, I hit my inhaler a couple 2-3 times, and then was able to breathe proper or whatever else. I haven't used my inhaler as of yet this morning. I've been trying to not use it, as a matter of quite some fact, but instead feel like I'm gonna have to. So anyways, hopefully y'all are safe and haven't been too affected by any wildfires in your area, or the torrential downpour of hurricane, now tropical storm Hillary, that has been moving up the west coast. I've been watching a lot of news from Southern California, and I have a lot of people that live in the hometown that I grew up in and the surrounding areas, and just watching like what they have been posting about the rains. And like, so many of them forgot like how bad the weather in the 80s used to be. Like, we would have hurricane force winds that would cause these blackout sandstorms to come through, and it would last for like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes 2-3 hours. And then we would just like be able to come out of our house, sweep everything down, and go on about our business. And then the torrential downpour and the rain and stuff, like, my sister was telling me she remembers a time growing up, like right before I was born or right as I was born, that they were having to sweep water out of the back door, and it was filled with scorpions and rattlesnakes and all kinds of other stuff. And like, the desert just doesn't remember having that kind of rain. And so I remember though, like, growing up and having all these like really horrible weather patterns, and then from about like 85 to 2000, you just started seeing the entire topography out there change, and where we had a vibrant desert life with coyotes and snakes and rabbits and scorpions and salfugents and all these other things, they all disappeared. Like, I remember being able to go out into my backyard, lift up a rock, and there would be a king snake under there, and we would wrap the king snakes around our necks and our arms and wear them as jewelry all day long. And then when we came into the house, for the night, we would just let them go. And same thing with scorpions. Like, you'd be laying there on the floor watching TV, and all of a sudden a scorpion would go crawling across the floor or crawling up your leg or something like that. And it just got to the point where none of that existed. I remember having huge raccoons coming into our yard, and the raccoons started disappearing. Large desert iguanas, those started disappearing. The desert tortoises, those are all but extinct in that area. Like, you can hardly find them anymore. So, I don't know what's happening out there, but yeah, like, over the years, things just kind of disappeared on us. So, it's nice to see that kind of weather is coming back to Southern California, because it desperately needs the rain, especially in the Coachella Valley area. There is a place there called the Salton Sea that is starting to dry up, and a lot of that is because they are diverting the water that used to flow off of the farmlands back into Los Angeles to be purified, because LA was running out of drinking water. Well, that body of water had been there for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, because all around the entire Coachella Valley, especially in the Salton Sea Bowl, you can see a thick white line that goes across the mountain range where the water came up. And there's a lot of people that say, oh, no, that basin only flooded when they built the Hoover Dam and all this other stuff, or the Edison Dam. I can't remember which one it was, and it's like, well, if you go up on the mountain, you see that there are ruins of Indian civilization, and that they were hunter-trapper, like, Indians living on this mountain range. And I believe one of the Indians was the Cabazon Indians, but it might have been a different, like, Cuyamaca or one of them. But, if the water came, flooded, and then dissipated as quickly as everyone claims that it does, or has, which, I don't believe that it did. I believe that it was there for a great long period of time, then slowly evaporated, and then, yes, the dam breaking or whatever would cause it to reflood a little bit, but I don't think it was like they said, because you could still find seashells out there, and you could still find pumice stone and all kinds of other stuff that is sediment that was on the bottom of a large salt water, like a large body of salt water. So, I don't know. But anyways, that basin, that sea, the Salton Sea, needs to be refilled, and I'm hoping that more and more and more rain hits it so that it will fill back up and save it out there, because it's getting absolutely disgusting. The last time I was out there in 2013 or 14, might have even been 15, the water was dried up like almost half a football field from where it used to be. And so, yeah, it's just sad to see. But anyways, back to the original point of this. I hope that you and your family are doing well, that you are staying as cool as possible, since we are like having this unprecedented heat wave affect most, if not the entirety of the United States. I don't know what it's like in other countries. I know Canada has been having some severe hot weather. I know that England has been having severe hot weather, so I think it's more of a global phenomenon than just localized regions. But regardless of where you're listening from, I hope you and your family are safe, loved, and your needs are taken care of. Things will get better. Keep pushing forward, and know that you are loved and supported, and that I am your cheerleader, and that I am here to listen to whatever you need to say. And I'm going to start a new segment both on the YouTube channel and for here on the podcast. So if you're having any kind of mental health issues, or you just need to get something off your chest or whatever, and you want me to do it, like include it in the video or in the podcast, shoot me that hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com, and if appropriate, I will read it. Just know that I may edit it and make some changes to it, like if you are talking about anything racist or whatever else, that's probably not going to make it onto either one of my platforms. But if you are having any kind of mental health issues and you just need to be heard and would like some advice from me or from the community, let's be here for each other. Let's build each other up. So send me your stuff. We'll do kind of like a Dear Abby type of a situation, and we'll go from there. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a safe and happy weekend, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You have been listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson. Please make sure to check back often, as new episodes are released bi-weekly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send a message to hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, stay happy, safe, and keep doing the best you can with what you have been given.